Hello and back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another match day Watchalong. And again, you haven't. Well, basically, I haven't lost my mind. You're not seeing things. Arsenal are playing tonight. Yes, there's a World Cup starting tomorrow, but the women's team, League Ones, and all that, all the lower leagues are still being made to play playing their leagues respectively. Which ain't a bad thing in one sense for us because we can still cover Arsenal on this channel during the World Cup. That shouldn't be happening now, but it is what it is. And just focus on the women's team. I will be joined by, as I'm about to say that, oh my God, I've just seen what Liam's wearing as well. We don't plan this, guys. We really do not plan this.
I should have got in one, shouldn't I? Unfortunately, I'm babysitting Sarah's COVID, so I've got to look after
well, hopefully we don't have a situation where he falls asleep and you wake him up again.
Well,
we'll kill you.
I'm hoping by about 6:30, after he's had his bottle, I might be able to put him down. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed.
Just don't wake him up this time.
No. Well, it depends how big the goal is. It does depend how big the goal is. Well, he's only just woke up. He's literally just woke up as we were going on air. So he shouldn't be going to sleep for any reason.
That's fair enough. No, but yeah, I was just saying, literally, I haven't lost my mind. We ain't just doing it for the sake of it. The Arsenal are playing, and we're playing at the Emirates as well. Apparently, 40-odd thousand tickets were sold for this game. That doesn't look like it so far. But yeah, we've gone full strength. Vivian's available, but she's on the bench. But basically the same 11 from last time out. Lottie Ruben Moyes recovered from whatever niggle she had in international break as well. It's a tough game, but we should win this, being we're at home-ish.
Yeah, you like to think the home advantage, mate. We'll win it. I think this is our toughest game today, obviously. They may not are doing pretty well as well, wouldn't they? So it is a tough game, but you like to think, like, obviously fans behind us again, bit gutted I can't go. I actually did have a ticket as well. But I think if we start off well, then I think we could treat this game a bit like we treated Tottenham. I think it's about getting off the flyer. And if we get off to a flyer, I think we'll win the game. I'm not saying comfortably as Tottenham, but I think we should win the game. Need more.
We have got the I wouldn't even say the dreaded return because he didn't do nothing against us to worry me tonight. Nikita Paris is starting tonight, sort of shock over there. And yeah, it's just I'm not worried about her. The only two players I'm worried about really from a United's perspective from their attack is Ella Toon and I can't remember everyone's name now. Bloody, it's gone out my head. Oh my God, it's gone out my head. It'll come to me in a minute. It'll come to me. But yeah, Nikita's far from my list of worries tonight because, I mean, she has matched already what she did last season in one goal. That's it. That's all she scored for United this season so far.
Yeah.
League. But yeah, it's just I think she's coming to the end of her career now. She's just doing the tour of the league now, basically, with all the top teams.
Russo. Well, I'm reading.
So that is it, Russo and Toon, because their partnership, the duoship they have on and off the pitch. That concerns me. Apart from that,
they're very strong players, as proven in the Euros. You know what I mean? So, and they did come to the Euros and make an impact as well. Do you know what I mean? Which is good to see from an England perspective. And I think they will. I think, like you said, that's going to be the struggle tonight. If them two girls kind of find their tune. Do you know what I mean? They're the ones that are going to make Man United tick. Like you said, Nikita Paris, like. I'm pretty much in your camp, mate. I didn't see nothing from her last year, mate. She wasn't even a bit part by the end of it, was she really? No. It was quite embarrassing, I thought, considering obviously it was a high-profile signing. Yeah, she probably will be up for it, but I just don't. I just don't see her doing anything. Touch wood, hopefully I'm wrong. Do you know what I mean? But I just, yeah, like you said, I don't see nothing from her, mate. When you look at some of these players that we have nowadays, you look at people like Beth Mead, and you look at the two Manchester United girls. She's not in there. She's nowhere near their kind of level.
Well, what really happens at home as well for us as fans, because we obviously, I say, we only see on the match day side of things. The fact that the Arsenal was just like, and yeah, you can have a Man United like. We've basically let a rival take a player.
Yeah.
But we all know years gone by, you only do that if you don't, if they're not going to do anything, you're just taking the piss, basically.
Yeah, basically.
And yeah, I've seen nothing. I think she's not even in. I think they hold me to it, but I don't even think she's in the England squad at the moment. Recently, I don't see her playing anymore. Anyway.
She don't deserve to be in the England squad, does she? We're being totally honest, yeah. What's she done?
Last year somehow. I don't know how he got in last year.
I couldn't work out how she got in there last year, if I'm being totally honest, yeah. I think it was just because of her previous that she got in there. But no, mate, she don't deserve to be nowhere near the England team, in my opinion. Hasn't done nothing. She's done absolute silch. Like, I hope this don't come to bite me back on the arse, but she needs to have quite a few big moments to get herself back into kind of recognition for me.
Well, it's the thing. Look, there's games. There's the amount of games we covered in this channel when she was starting or coming off on the bench, and big games, even the big games, the little games as well.
Even the little games, mate. Did we do Coventry or someone in the cup?
Coventry United in the FA Cup third round. She starts. And she was struggling to find bits out of that game, or London City the next round. We played Tottenham in the FA Cup from the following season, like the carryover bit in the quarter final. Sorry, she had 4 or 5 on one. I can count on one hand how many opportunities she had where she should, a player of her caliber should be scoring every single one over the bar into the car park, and it just never got going. And the fact of the matter is, in the league, domestically, she didn't score a goal from open play all season for Arsenal. The only goal she scored domestically was from the penalty spot against Villa at the end of the season, basically.
Mate, she's very lucky to have a Euros medal, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she's very lucky to be included into that squad because, like you said, she did nothing. She did absolutely nothing. It was best for both parties that she left. Like, she's at a good thing is, mate, she's not even at a bad age as well, is she? Was she?
No.
25, 26. She's not even at a bad age. So it's not like she can we could say, oh, potentially maybe age caught back up on her and all that, because that ain't the case. Is things going on in the background? I don't know. It could be something mentally. You never know, do you? But shit, for me, she should be nowhere near that England squad at the moment.
No, the team's up on my screen. I'm watching it live. Were you watching it live yourself as well? Or?
Yeah, watch it live, mate.
We're in sync. Woohoo! So yeah, the teams are in the tunnel, guys. We're in the tunnel, sorry. The V's and all that. They've got the servicemen as well, because they're going to do their minutes applause or silence, whatever. Plus, obviously, the last post as well, more likely. And yeah, they go. The girls are coming out. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Arsenal win. What about yourself?
I'm going to go 2-1. As I said, like I don't see it being. I don't see it being like Tottenham. I love it if it was like Tottenham, but it's going to be quite a tough game, and I think this is a kind of game that could determine a lot in this season, to be fair. But yeah, I think we're going to do it. Like, we've still got the girl to come off the bench, haven't we?
We've still got Viv and all that, and the game, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if the game is tight and it is like 1-0 with 25, 30 minutes to go.
And she'll be fresh as well, Viv, because she hasn't played for a couple of weeks now, so she'll be fresh and ready to go as well.
Yeah. And that's someone that they don't want to see coming off the bench. We're being totally honest. No one wants to see that coming off the bench. So we've got that in mind. But let's hope we've got the game put to bed by that point.
Hopefully, touch wood. Look, I was being a bit critical about the turnout when they went to the coverage and all, but you know what? The lower tier is actually pretty full all the way around by the looks of it. Majority of it, anyway.
And ever since old Bobby's been alive, mate. England women ain't lost a game, and Arsenal women ain't lost a game. Touch wood.
Yeah.
Just want to put it out there.
Yeah. No pressure, Bobby. No pressure. He's like, I thought Arsenal was over, Dad. Stop waking me up.
You've got no chance of that.
Thought there was a World Cup tomorrow.
Yes, the World Cup starts tomorrow.
We've seen all that drama in the last couple of days, actually, with the situation of what do you make of these? They're getting their own locals, the Qatar people, to dress up in fake international kits and pretend to be fans from that country.
The whole thing for me is embarrassment. It's been an embarrassment from the day that Sepp Blatter and Platini obviously chose Qatar to be a World Cup. It's embarrassing that most nations are sitting halfway through their season and the season just stopped. Like, you have to question, and I said this earlier on, you have to question where their heads are at, half these players. Are they with club or are they with country? Because if you're like an Arsenal player, for example, like, you're sitting there thinking, we could create history here, do you know what I mean? Get Arsenal back to where they want to be. And they've got a World Cup slam right in the middle of it all. And if just like, take for example, there's an injury or something well, not just for Arsenal, but for other clubs, it has a massive effect, don't it? It's going to have a massive effect, this World Cup, on the second half of the season. And I kind of hope, I was thinking about this the other day, Ryan. I don't know what you think. I think the further England get, the better for us, for Arsenal. And the reason I say that is I don't see Ben White starting. I don't see Aaron Ramsdale starting. No. And I'm not even sure Saka's going to be starting at the moment. He should be, but it's Gareth Southgate. Yeah. So we'd be best, right, that all these England players drag all the way through to the World Cup final. Players like Kane and that, and playing 90 minutes here every single game, mate, because I think that will benefit us. I think our England going far will absolutely benefit Arsenal.
We just don't want Brazil going far because we've got Jesus.
And that's the other problem. That's the other problem, mate. That's the other problem.
Martinelli will be a bit apart. I think Jesus is going to be a starter, though. That's the thing.
His work ethic.
The worst thing for as a whole would be, worst case scenario would be the complete opposite of what you just said, basically, because Southgate has a brainwave of emotion, puts Ramsdale as his number one, Ben White starting, and Saka all starting. We get to the final, Brazil get to the final, we've got 5 up the court of our starting 11 playing in the World Cup final, not even a week before they have to play West Ham.
And you're talking you're talking different weather cultures, mate. You're talking about going from a heat that's
the players got the first training session. He played. Southgate made them play in the midday heat over in Doha, it was pronounced, and the players are coming off, and they're literally about to fall onto their knees, but they're holding onto a fan that's spurting out water at them.
Yeah, mate. The whole thing's gonna blow up in a lot of teams' faces because you're gonna come back on Boxing Day. Yeah, I'm playing temperatures at about 4 or 5 Celsius. Like, you look at our game, 8 o'clock at night, Boxing Day, which is a joke in itself. And don't get me started because I'm potentially missing that game because of the kickoff time. But you're talking about players going from heat that's ridiculous to then going to freezing temperatures within 7 days, within 7-8 days. Like,
in the desert, it's not in the heat. You're in the desert.
I think there's going to be illnesses.
Humidity is going to be insane. There's going to be worse than what we had in the summer here. With our humidity, in terms of when we had that 40-degree situation over here, it's going to be even worse than that for the players as well. There's no proper. And
that's going to have a big effect on teams, mate. Like, Brazil has. They'll be kind of used to the heat. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see Brazil, Argentina really as my kind of favourite. It's just because of the weather conditions. Like, I think Argentina is something ridiculous at the moment. Like, no one talks about them, but they haven't lost in so long. France obviously will be there. I don't see England getting past the quarters personally, mate. I think we'll get ironed out by France because, unfortunately, Gareth Southgate can't tactically win us a game, I think, of that kind of ilk. I'll be very surprised if we get France in the quarters, we beat them. But yeah, you just look at it and you just think further England could be the better for us, really. And you'd rather a team. I don't see France and Brazil blowing out, though. They've got too many good players, mate. You're looking at these teams at the moment, you're thinking if France or Brazil blow out, it's because there's something wrong within the camp.
Yeah.
Like the World Cup, I look at teams. There ain't really that many great teams. There ain't really that many great teams whatsoever. Like, who really would you sit there and say is a great team?
I was saying this to James the other day, and I was doing was it Thursday? I did a show with him, and I was saying for the first time in for me, 2006 was the last time you could say there weren't a standout team or standout teams, a couple. This is like there's no one apart from what you mentioned there about Brazil, about their unbeaten record. Apart from that, no one's really standing out and saying we're going into this with not just form, but we are the number one team. I mean, Belgium. Everyone's gone quiet on Belgium this World Cup, rightly so, and I think
they lost to Egypt yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they'll be going out early as well, along with us, because I think that this is potentially for the bulk of that squad. This is their last World Cup, and they've underperformed in every other World Cup. Let's be honest. And Euros. France are the world champions, but historically, especially this side of the century, the world champions always go out early, be it the group stage or the first knockout.
No, that'd be good news for us, wouldn't it?
Germany are rebuilding. We've got an idiot. Yeah.
She don't even think that England got a chance.
He's like, fucking... Tell him that one, didn't you?
Yeah, Germany, like you said, Germany, I think, like, you only have to watch that Germany-England game. Like, Germany are 2 up here, right? And sitting there crying for Southgate to change it to a back four. He changed it to a back four and we scored 3 goals in 10 minutes. So that tells you everything you need to know about Germany. Like, Germany ain't going to be doing nothing in this World Cup, whatsoever. They might get to the quarters as well, but that would be pretty much it, I would have thought. Yeah. Holland, I heard, this was a funny one. I heard, was it Louis van Gaal saying that Holland are close to being world champions? Well, that's a load of bollocks.
He's got to say that as well, because this is it for him. After this, he's retiring because of health and all that.
No, you're not having that.
He's going to say to get the locals on side and supporting him and all that, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're not close, are they? Let's be honest. They're not close whatsoever. And you just look at it, mate. Like Italy, they didn't make it, did they? Italy didn't make it. Won the Euros.
Got one of the Euros, then got knocked out by...
It's ridiculous.
Who did they get knocked out by in the end? Was it Montenegro, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was someone. It was
something like that. Mino, what we would class as a Mino team.
Yeah. Do you know what? Right, Wales are always an interesting quantity, aren't they? And it's going to be Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey last World Cup. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting third game. We naturally struggle against home nations in big tournaments.
That's what I'm saying. I think if we, in terms of Monday's got more. Monday, we got Aussie around. We should win that.
We have to score early, mate. We have to score goals early, because if we don't, and that heat gets hotter.
Yeah. So
we should win again 3-4.
USA Wales on Monday night is going to be Monday night for us anyway. That could be key in how that plays out in terms of full-time result. Because obviously, it was on the Friday. All 4 teams play again. We're playing the Yanks and Wales versus Iran. And as you say, it could be still all to play for come that third game, and it's a derby for us. And
how do you want that first game to go between Wales and USA?
I wouldn't want to. Either
it's an interesting one, isn't it?
USA win or draw. Like a dull, low scoring 0-0, 1-1 draw, something like that, or USA to win. Because they think they'll be on a high themselves going into Friday. We're not going to put them back in their place. And in the meantime, it sort of helps us, takes a bit of pressure off us going into that game, knowing we've got a bit of a gap between us at top. We could potentially win the group with a game to spare if it was a draw between the States, the States and Wales, sorry, and we were to beat Iran on Monday. I keep saying tomorrow, I don't know why. And then we win on Friday. We could potentially win the group on Friday by doing that. With a game to spare, one sec. Wait. Say that. Move. Here you go. Go on. But what about yourself? How are you feeling about how you want that game to go?
Well, mate, well, that game, I think, do you know what? I think in some ways I want USA to win it because at least if USA win their first game, right, it's not an all or nothing game, the second game for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the worst thing is, if USA lose that game, they have to get something out of the England game.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think I prefer USA to win it, but I don't think USA will win it. Do you know what? I think that's going to be a well-tight game, to be honest. I think Wales should win it if we're big. Come on. Oh, she's offside.
I think it's going to be I think it's going to be closer to what our media's thinking it's going to be.
Yeah. I think something like maybe 2-1, something like that.
Yeah.
I think I'll tell you what the interesting thing about this World Cup is, right? And I think the interesting thing is because there's been no talk about anything, is there? There's been no talk about the World Cup whatsoever.
No hype whatsoever from the fans.
I don't think many people. No, I don't even know what all the groups are, mate. If I'm being totally honest, and I think because I think this World Cup is just so unknown. I think there's going to be I think no one's going to be able to predict anything as well in terms of the results and all that kind of stuff. And I think that it just shows in that USA Wales game. I think that'd be a good game to watch. To be fair, I think that'd be a really good game to watch because I don't think there's you can say there's a massive favourite. Wales should win it with players like Bow and Ramsey, but the heat again, mate. USA would be used to the heat more, wouldn't they?
So
USA will be used to the heat more.
Yeah.
Fun?
I was about to say, yeah, that's a good point. Actually, about the heat and all that humidity, they'll be used to all that.
That's why we got to get ahead with Iran quite early. Because last thing what we want to be doing, right, is chasing the win midway in the second half when that heat's getting hotter and hotter.
Oh, man.
We should beat these easily, mate. Like if we play Iran on a normal day, mate, we're beating them 5-6-0.
If we have a better manager, we're winning this. With the squad, we're winning 4-5-0 at least, as you say. But we ain't got a normal decent manager. We've got Southgate for crying out loud.
Well, if he goes to back five against these, mate, I'll give up. Honestly, I'll give up, mate. If he goes to back five against fucking Iran, mate, I'll give up because there is absolutely no way, right, in God's green earth, right, you should be playing a back five against fucking Iran.
Nothing will surprise me in Gaff anymore. But yeah, no one's really, even apart from Sky, like Sky themselves doing their own little World Cup special shows of their own lot. The BBC and ITV or all these other channels that usually do stuff, nothing. They're reporting on it from a news perspective, but other than that, they've done nothing for this.
No, it's been absolute nothing. Just reading about Mr. Bungle.
Oh, what's that? What's he done? Did you know Mr. Bungle? No, he never told me. He had his YouTube channel permanently removed, so he can't come into the chat, can he? Unless he does a new one. Why? What did they say? Why? Can't just take it away from him.
What's Mr. Bungle been up to?
Promoting KFC.
But yeah, no, I think it's going to be quite. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow's game. That's absolute joking.
No, did you see what happened on the news today with the president of FIFA?
No.
Basically doing a massive thing, like press conference, whatever it was meant to be. He was basically he was a focus point of it all because obviously he's the head of it all. So, and he's meant to be like a build-up thing of how excited he is, and it starts off with just listing that I feel like I'm Qatari. I feel like this. I feel like English, French, German. I feel gay. It's just random crap he's just saying that he feels. I feel this. I feel that. And then he goes on the attack. He goes on the attack of the Europe of mainland of the West, because obviously, in terms of the deaths and all that, the mention of the people dying over there building these stadiums over the last how many years, 10+ years, whatever. Oh, it's hypocrisy! It's hypocrisy! The English and the Europeans need to get the head out their backsides and look closer to home, look over their own history before they come criticising other people, and basically, because it involves, in his words, don't cancel me for saying this. His words, because it's a Muslim/Arab country, is it where it's happening now? Suddenly, it's a problem. No. If anything, it's racist. He's accused the whole of Europe of being racist for bringing up people dying, building these stadiums.
Yeah, this is my problem with the whole World Cup, though. It's just so controversial, isn't it? Like, I honestly think it's controversial from the day the announcement was made. It's going to be controversial all the way up to the World Cup final and beyond. You know what I mean? Like, it really worries me, this World Cup. It really does, because it's just like things like this. It's taking the focus away from what should be a great spectacular football event. Oh, that's a good ball that was. And we're just getting controversial comments like this, which is taking everything away from the World Cup and the football, mate. And it beggars belief that, like, a day before the World Cup starts, that he's talking about this and he's not talking about what's about the World Cup, basically, and their game against Ecuador tomorrow, which is probably going to be a massive moment for that nation, their nation. Do you know what I mean? That they're playing their first ever World Cup game at home in the finals. Surely that's what you're focusing on.
Yeah, exactly. One sec. Defend. Well done, Vic. No, exactly. It should be, but I don't know if you've seen this as well. It might just be people messing about. But I've been seeing a lot of tweets going around from apparently media outlets that they're getting reports that the Qataris are trying to bribe the Ecuadorian players to take a loss tomorrow.
Absolutely, I believe all that would be happening in the background, mate. Absolutely, all that would be happening in the background.
It'd be a 1-0 loss, with a 0-0 at half time, and a goal coming in the second half. It's like,
let's be honest. Why is the World Cup there in the first place?
Because of the money, yeah.
Because of the money. So there's absolutely no. I cannot see Ecuador with, like not being on. I'm not saying they're not going to win the game tomorrow, because you never know, yeah, right. But
I think it'd be the dullest game in the world.
I think it's going to be interesting. Do you know what, right? Do you know what interests me about tomorrow? Is the fact
people will tune in.
Pardon?
Because of the controversy around this World Cup, people will tune into this.
Oh yeah, they will. I'm watching it tomorrow, not for the fact that it's controversy.
No, you know what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see what the atmosphere is going to be like, and the fans are going to be like, how the game's going to pan out in that game, because like I expect it to be controversial, to be honest, yeah. Which is not what I should be saying. I shouldn't be expecting it to be controversial whatsoever. I should be expecting it to be like through the middle. I'll tell you what, mate. Man United are playing pretty well here. They've started off well.
We're playing too high up.
But yeah, I do expect it to be kind of. I expect there to be some controversial instance tomorrow. There's no way, right? Someone hasn't offered them something.
No way, can't.
No way, mate. Somewhere along the line, something would have been.
Well, what was it? The 2002 World Cup with There's always been that rumor of because South Korea joint hosted, didn't they? And they got the furthest out the two host nations. There's always rumors that there's corruption there, and basically the biggest one was the last 16 game against Italy to get into the quarterfinal. That basically the game was fixed. It's this, that. If you look back at it, certain refereeing calls back then just didn't make sense. At the time, you don't. At the time when you're watching, you don't. You're obviously watching the game of football. You're intrigued as a neutral, and then for kids as well. But you're not surprised anymore. And I was watching this thing. Have you been on Netflix recently?
No, I haven't been on there.
There's a Netflix of literally in the last 11 days. Literally, they planned it 11 days before launch of the World Cup. They dropped 4 episodes of basically a documentary, of explaining, going all the way back to Argentina when Argentina hosted it, to explain why it goes further. This World Cup corruption goes further, a lot further than people think, and who's involved, this, that, and the other, and who turned on who. It's like 4 episodes, pretty much an hour each. I wouldn't watch it in one here because that would be it's so much information to take in. So
yeah,
do watch it. Do obviously watch it in spurts, but I do recommend it because it breaks it down a lot. It does literally say like who's in league with each other, how this World Cup went to that place, like the South Africa World Cup, how that all came about in the first place when Sepp Blatter got in at 98. That's all pre-planned basically from there on in. That's always going to happen, and things like that. And basically,
I was going to watch some of these documentaries. I see a few on Sky that I was going to watch, and I haven't had time to be honest yet. But
this one in particular has been produced by Netflix themselves, and they purposely did it. They launched it 11 days before tomorrow's final, or not final, tomorrow's launch game.
I might have a look on that later.
But yeah, I would watch it in that little one episode here and there, but obviously over the course of the next few days, whatever.
I'll tell you what I did watch last night, though, was Cristiano Ronaldo's interview.
What, all of it in one hit, or?
Yeah, I just watched a whole lot in one hit.
I'm loving the meltdown, by the way. He's gone. He's got to be gone, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, mate. Like, he's done that to get out of the club, isn't he? He's done that. He's done that to get out of the club, like...
It's amazing, though, how he's done that, and basically all he's done is, he brought into disrepute by saying, I don't respect the manager. He's called out the ownership as well and all that. Okay, yeah, that's grounds for getting rid of him, fair enough. But Mason Green is still in their books, and he's been charged for what he's been accused of.
They're obviously waiting for that one, though, isn't it? It's a bit like Adam Johnson, though. What is it? Was it Adam Johnson?
Adam Johnson at Sunderland, yeah.
Didn't he score for Liverpool, for Sunderland against Liverpool, right? 2 days before he got sent down.
Before he got charged and sent down in the same day, yeah.
He scored 2 days, but he scored a 90th minute winner, didn't he? His last ever moment in football was like a 90th minute winner. So it looks like they're waiting for that to, obviously, the outcome. I suppose in some ways that they've got to make sure that they make the right decision because they'll be liable otherwise, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I suppose they have to wait till the final outcomes happened.
Oh no, but in one sense, it's the fact it's taken this long in the first place to charge Mason anyway. It's like
I think she's off here.
They've got blank on and gone. Please be on side.
Will she stay
on? Come on, you pain in the ass. She always hesitates. Oh, you know what? Why are you doing this thing? But yeah, going back to Cristiano Ronaldo and throwing his club and teammates under the bus. Apart from that,
yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Do you know what? I do feel not that I feel actually that's one way. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him because I always thought it was a bit of a risky move going back to Manchester United. And the only reason he went back to Manchester United was to do the right thing, even though he was close to signing for Man City. And he'd probably been better off to go to Man City if we're being totally honest here.
You'll be happier.
I do agree with it. I do agree with him in some ways. I do think he's been thrown under the bus a little bit because I'll tell you why, right? It was obvious that Ronaldo was going to struggle in certain aspects of the game at his age. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So to have Ronaldo in your team, you need to have basically a ready-made team with just Ronaldo sitting up top. He's not going to do what Jesus does for us. He's not going to do what Manchester United want him to do. But he scored 18 Premier League goals last year. He was still the second top Premier League goal scorer last year. He still delivered for them on a lot of occasions, yeah, right? And whether we like it or not us, he was the thorn in our side last year as well, right? Especially at Old Trafford. And then he did score at the Emirates, even though we won. And you look at him, right? You think you're in the wrong team, mate. You're in the wrong team, and he is getting the flack for stuff that I don't think he should be actually getting the flack for. Like players like Scott McTominay, mate. Just not good enough. Do you know what I mean? There's quite a few of them in the Manchester United team that we could scrutinise. Like, well, Jadon Sancho, what the hell has he done since he's moved over?
He doesn't get any criticism. Nothing. So he gets nothing. He gets nothing,
mate. He gets nothing. But Ronaldo scores 18 goals in the Premier League last year. He's scrutinised because he's Ronaldo, and they probably expect him to score 40 goals and win Manchester United the Premier. Well, that's not going to happen, is it? That's not going to happen. Like the geezer's 37 years old. like coming up to 38. He might be 38. He's evil, even or.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he should be to blame for anything because of Manchester United's downfall. Like that is down to Manchester United as a club. That is down to them just basically sitting behind Alex Ferguson for so many years, and then when he did go, and when obviously the chief executive went, it just all went to shit, didn't it? The Glazers don't give a shit, but the Glazers, let's get it straight, right? The Glazers have put a lot of money into they have put a lot of money into transfers and all that. The problem is they haven't had the right people to they've had no one around them, football people, to manage it. So they go out and pay 100 million on Pogba after letting him go for a free transfer, then let him go for a free transfer again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the whole substance of Manchester United stinks over the last 5 years, 6 years in terms of their transfer policy. Do you know what I mean? Jadon Sancho, he would have been ideal for a club like Liverpool. Wrong move, mate. Wrong move. Should have gone Liverpool, but he went Manchester United, where yet again the team's nowhere near where it needs to be. And you look at their centre midfielders and especially centre backs like Harry Maguire. Like he's just not good enough, is he? Let's be honest. He's just frankly not good enough. And you look at who was the other one? Phil Jones. Is he still there?
He's still there. Luke Shaw's still there. What the hell's he doing?
So why the hell is Phil Jones still at Manchester United Football Club?
But Chris Smalling was outed, by the way. Chris Smalling was outed.
But why is Phil Jones still at the club, mate? Why is Phil Jones still at Manchester United Football Club?
I think there was a point where he hadn't played for United for a year and a half. Then under a guy, what's his name last year? Rickett Ralph, out of nowhere, back in the squad playing again. He's still there now.
You even look at the young players they brought in. Like I could go back to like Wilf Zaha when they brought him in, didn't they? They brought him in. Like to be fair, I think if Ferguson had got under him, I think he could have made him into a player. Yeah. But he didn't. Then you look at the Wan-Bissaka, same kind of transfer, moves over from Palace to Manchester United, falls to pieces, mate, because there's just literally no leaders in the team, no structure. Like when Harry Maguire's your fucking captain for Manchester United, you know there's big issues. When Phil Jones has been at the club for probably about 10 years and probably get a testimonial very soon, that's a joke in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, yes, because he was there when Fergie was there when he was winning titles.
Yeah, he was there when Fergie mate, he's been there about 10 years. Like, it was his face, weren't it, in the 2011-12 season when Aguero scored that last-minute goal and then it went over to Manchester United at Sunderland and Phil Jones's face. The geezer's been there. Geezer's held a testimonial and everything. What the fuck? Come on, man. Manchester United are a joke, and it's not good what Ronaldo's done, but he has spoke a lot of factual truths about Manchester United, and unfortunately, they're nowhere nearer, mate. They're nowhere nearer to where they need to be, and they got lucky against Fulham, very, very lucky, yet again, mate. But do you see them as a threat this year? No. I don't.
As you say, they're getting lucky against the lots of Fulham, for fuck's sake, and they relied on the kid who, by the way, who idolises Cristiano, like the ground he walks on. It's like he couldn't make it all up.
No, he couldn't make it. Mate, they're in the mire, mate. They're in the mire. And there's nothing that will come good about it for Manchester United. Well, yeah, they get rid of Ronaldo. They get rid of him, but the problem is, right, and it was the damning thing. Ronaldo's the most followed person on Twitter, isn't he? Yeah. Like Manchester United are nothing compared to Ronaldo in terms of kind of stature. So, do you know what I mean? I think I don't know. I don't know. I do like Ten Hag. I think he's not. I don't think he's a bad manager and all that. I think he's trying to do the right thing by Manchester United. But, mate, I think there's so much issues higher up. And
yeah. Well, this is the thing at United. There's with United, it isn't just. The issues aren't solely on the pitch. It's behind the scenes, upstairs, as we've been saying. That's been happening since Ferguson left. Then David Gill or Brian Gill, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Once they both left, everything's unravelled in terms of how the Glazers run the club, this, that, and the other. So they can hire and fire all they like. Nothing's going to change. Ten Hag will get so far with this squad. You'll be told, we've given you money. What's going on? Well, it's the people you're fucking hiring to give you the money, basically. They're not fucking doing their job. Oh well, you're gone then.
They're in a vicious circle at Manchester United. It's even like the Casemiro signing this year, yeah, right? Which, on the face of it, looks like a good signing because he's come from Real Madrid, yeah, right? But so did kind of Varane and all that, weren't it? Varane was supposed to take him to the next level. Varane was supposed to take him to compete with Man City and Liverpool. And even now, Casemiro, you see, he's on the bench half the time. And you sit there and think, well, you just paid 80 million, mate, for a 30-year-old Brazilian. You're just going, like, you've got rid of Paul Pogba that you sold for, you got rid of on a free. You got rid of on a free. You brought him back for nearly 100 million. You sold him on a free again. And now you've gone and spent 80 million out on a centre midfielder from Real Madrid. That's probably like literally, he's around the 30 mark, isn't he? And you sit there and you think, you ain't learning. You're absolutely not learning because literally he'll have a year or two and then they'll get bored of him and then he won't be good enough for them. He never did it for them. Fans will moan about him and then he'll be gone. And then they'll do the same thing again. They'll go and let him go for nothing. Then they'll go and buy someone else for 89 million. And it'll be another player that they shouldn't bring in. And they need to, how much they hate it, and I know they hate it because their fans do have a big issue with Arsenal. And it's obviously all to do with the old back of the rivalry and all that. They need to look at the Arsenal model at the moment.
Yeah.
They need to look at the Arsenal model. They need to look at Ten Hag and what he did at Ajax with that kind of model as well. Like they've got the man who could potentially do it, but you think they get him in, you think, oh, they're going to go down that road. And then they go by Casemiro for 8 million. You think, well, they're not really going to go down that road, are they?
Yeah. They tease you with it, and then they go, actually, tried and trusted. And like you said, they're spending 80 million on a guy that's 30. 40 odd million last year on a 30-year-old, in 29, so that's 30-year-old in Varane.
Like Ronaldo.
In terms of money-wise as well, just money, just pissing money down the drain because a year, 2 years after they signed for your club, they're retiring because of their age, and you just spent 2 years prior 8 million, you're getting nothing back on it. It makes no sense.
The interesting one there, like Kim says about, obviously he weren't given time to grieve. I don't know if that was down to him or the club, yeah, right. But I've got to be honest with you, even I was surprised at it. I thought fair play to him. He come back, fair play to him. He scored against us, but when you're in that situation, you lose that. You actually see that happen and lose that baby the way he did. It was incredible that the club even allowed him to play that game. If I'm being totally honest, like I know it's different lines of work, but if that would happen in an industry that I work in, we're looking to put what support we can put into place for that person, everything. Not rolling them out at the Emirates in front of 60,000 fans.
Yeah, Bobby agreed. He was like, yeah.
Even Bobby agreed. Do you know what I mean? It was incredible. They let him do that. So you can imagine what she's saying there, what he said. There was no compassion.
No. And then to have go through all that and still end the season, still be professional that he was scoring goals as he says, and then something else happens with his daughter, the newborn. Hence why he didn't come back to pre-season. He told the club, and they were like, is he just making it up? But it's just like, why would he make it up? He's got no reason.
He's got no reason to make it up, mate. The problem is, mate, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, I don't see that with the amount of fans he's got. He's going to sit there and lie in front of all them people. Like, you can imagine, mate, how many people watch that him.
Yeah.
All right, come on. Houston, you may have a problem.
So,
I think we're going to have a bit of an issue now.
Yeah, we're going to feed him. Feed him now.
I forgot what we said last. What did we say? We were talking about Ronaldo.
Oh, basically, how he has nothing to gain from. This is a club that he loves, by the way.
Yeah.
Why he has nothing to gain from throwing him under the bus like that.
I don't think he's got anything to gain by lying either, mate. I don't see that. I don't see Cristiano Ronaldo that kind of person. I actually thought he came across quite well. Like, I was expecting him to come across a little bit different to what he did, but I thought he come across pretty well. I'm not having it though. I think, like, I've seen things like, should we get him in? Like, should we get him for 6 months and all that? But
Piers Morgan as well, running that one as well.
For me, mate, I think we've got Martinelli, mate. Like, if anything happens to Jesus, I think put him centrally. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't be just relying on Cristiano Ronaldo or a signing like that for 6 months to try and win us a league.
Yeah. And when it doesn't work out, you're going to have to going, well, you brought Ronaldo in. What do you expect?
Exactly. That'd be too much danger on Mikel Arteta as well, mate. They would never. I'll be very surprised they'd never consider a move like that, because what they're building and what they've just done with Aubameyang and Ozil will be totally against everything.
Yeah. Get over,
mate.
Offside.
Yeah, they go totally against everything that they kind of preached with the Amazon Prime video with Aubameyang and all that. Like, there's no way that we could accept that and get him in after that. Surely not. And as I said, mate, morally, I don't think it's the right thing to do anyway. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to win a league title more than anyone. But I think we got someone like Martinelli. If we brought another left winger in, that he could play out there and do what kind of Ronaldo does anyway.
We also got Smith Rowe coming back as well, so it's not like we're short in numbers there either.
No, exactly. Smith Rowe comes back. There's him. We can get the Ukrainian guy, which would be unbelievable. I think we can get him, because it sounds like he wants to come to the club, and he fits the role profile, don't he? He fits what we're doing and what we want to achieve. And do you know what? I honestly think long term it frees Martinelli to play more centrally.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a weapon for us, mate, when he finally does get that kind of role. But yeah, I think like you say, we got enough players. If we can get a couple more in, that I don't think we should be relying on that kind of signing. And what we're going to pay him, mate, how much are we going to pay him realistically to come and play for us? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, exactly.
Leave him to go somewhere like Chelsea with all the rest of them. Still beat him home.
But you know what? I won't be surprised, considering the rumours of why Tuchel was fed out with the owner, Chelsea owner back then, and all that. He wanted Cristiano back then, the owner. It's like this owner has the mindset of, oh, big name. There you go. There's the money. You're over the hill and far away, but there you go. Here's a club for you. Chelsea are becoming what they used to be, a retirement home for players that come to the end of their careers.
They're in mate. To be honest with you, mate, I think they're in a bit of a bad way at the moment, because the problem is, Potter. I think Potter's a good manager, but he won't be given a time, because Chelsea fans are not used to giving managers time. And even though it's a new regime, Chelsea fans will just be. I've already heard it. I've already heard it from loads. That'll Potter out. So it's already starting already. But you've got to bought. I just don't understand their transfer policy, mate. You bought a 31-year-old centre back from Italy. Yeah, right. Who doesn't play the game? You've already got a 37-year-old centre back, who, to be fair, is probably their best centre back, Thiago Silva. If I'm being honest, yeah. Raheem Sterling, 27, who I think's played a lot of football. This guy has been playing football for about 10 years now, isn't he? 10, 11 years. Like, started really young. There's been a lot of games for him, and I do question what he has left in the bank, Raheem Sterling. Yeah. And then Aubameyang is just a joke. It's just a joke signing, which Tuchel obviously wanted because he knew him, and it's already backfiring, mate. 8, as I call him now, Pierre 8 touches Aubameyang. Like, but we're used to that. We had it ourselves, mate. He'd have about 8, 9 touches a game. And you look at Chelsea and you just think, there is no plan, is there? Right. I think he's going to have to be fed in a minute.
Yeah, Chelsea. I said this in the summer. I've got fucking people come at me. What are you on about? They're spending money. You're just jealous. Oh, no. I can see exactly by the profile player they're bringing in what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're not buying players in that are going to make them better. They're just buying names in that
for the sake of it.
Just for the sake of it, really. Like, he was desperate to get people in, wasn't he? Like, apparently he chucked loads of money at Declan Rice. West Ham weren't selling.
Go and give some dinner.
I'm just going to chuck the kettle on, mate, because unfortunately Sarah can't even touch nothing.
No, obviously, because Oh dear. Apart from that, the game itself, we're meant to be covering here, by the way. It's still 0-0. We're on the attack as we speak. Go on, girls, come on. You hooked it in. Go on, go. Come on. They're saying it's 0-0. We're starting to work our way into the game properly. It's been a bit all over the place, really, from a defensive output from our side of things. Not our normal solid selves up to this point, but we're sort of working our way into it now, and we are creating stuff. But yeah, not nothing to sing home about yet. Nikita Paris had a chance. Surprise, surprise, went into Rose Z of the club level section. Shocker there. Go on, lucky Jordan. Go on. Well done. Come on. I do not like it. I hate that United kit. It's so in your face. And big up to everyone, Troy, Kim. Ain't seen for a while, Kim. I hope everything's okay up your end. Yeah, the Arsenal Misfit and everyone else, and hopefully we'll see Bungle back at some point under a new persona at some point. That's a foul, ref. Again, Stina really does to piss me off, doesn't she? I mean, she was being fouled, and no one, the linesman, the official basically allowed her to play. This went, no, it's okay, no problem. You're being fouled, but it's no problem. Not a free kick at all. But Sting doesn't help himself in and gets away and gives the ball away, but we've got a throw in though. As a counter to it, and then this is painful to watch. So that's a foul, but what was not the previous wasn't. Oh dear. Oh my God, Beth, wake up. Seriously, they're just going to target Beth now. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm talking. I think you're only coming here, so yeah. Just asking how you were, and obviously hope everything's like up your end. Your neck of the woods. Especially with Rangers and Giovanni recently. Oh, Gio. Do they play today, mate? That's the point. Does Rangers play today or tomorrow? I know it's a must. It's now literally every game for him now, because he's obviously out of Europe. But every game league-wise is a must-win now. After the recent, I think was it Kilmarnock or something like some outlandish team beat Rangers the other week. Oh my God, we're 1-0 down.
I scored.
Say, what was Innsbrucker doing?
Fucking hell.
You're going to see it, and you'll be like, what? Defence has had the ball a couple. What is Innsbrucker doing? He's not. He's done it a few times tonight. That's 3 or 4 times he's done it and got away with it up till then. Fuck's sake.
You just knew she'd scored, didn't you?
Well, not Nikita, wasn't Nikita that scored. It was the one I was telling you about that I was worried about.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I didn't think Nikita would score. To be fair, it's been deserved. It's poor goalkeeping. It's been deserved, mate, I think, in a lot of ways. I think when they've come forward at us, they've looked more likely to score than us.
It's just a poor. They deserve it in that sense, but it's just a poor one to give away.
Massively poor, mate.
What's annoying me amongst all that is that she's turned round, looked at other people, and started blaming them. It's like, no, you 3-4 times.
No, mate, if you come out like that, you got to claim it. If you don't claim it, it's your fault, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think they look more dangerous in the final third than us at the moment. Dinner's food's coming soon, mate. He's not happy either.
Get up.
Gosh,
Didn't do this last year, did you, Nikita? Wasn't being this direct last year, was you? And you should know you never miss with Kate McKay. I think we'll see Viv soon. In second.
Well, I think we need to see Viv, mate. I think I'd be putting her on half time, mate. It's a big game.
I went second half, early in the second half, I say.
I wouldn't be hanging around, mate, whatsoever.
No.
But we've given them something to hold on to now, mate. That's the problem. Oh, unlucky.
Oh, what was that? Bobby was invested there.
Pardon?
Sourcing Bobby watching the screen, he's probably invested.
Mate, to be fair, mate, he loves the football. He watches it all the time. Like, he's really focused on it as well. Look up and watch it.
He's like, if I don't have all sit, but Dad wakes me up anyway, so I can't win.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't got no chance. Don't worry, when he's about 18, mate, I'll be showing him that video. I was sitting here thinking, mate, like, these videos, he'll be able to see these easily.
Someone give her the ball.
Food will be ready soon, mate.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, no, I've got it here, mate. Still telling him.
Oh.
I knew we'd fucking struggle. I had this feeling about this game would struggle a little bit. Are you surprised Miedema didn't start?
Oh, yeah, just because she was given more time off and we were told that she'll be back. And she's not like, she played no international football. She stayed at home as well. So she'll be the freshest player we've got.
I just think in a big game like that, mate.
It makes sense. The starter. There you go. Peter's books.
I just think in a big game like this, mate, you need your big players, don't you?
Yeah.
Come on, Mr. Wu.
So Nikita thought we were playing rugby for a second now, I think.
Didn't know she had rugby in her.
Neither did I. Didn't show it last year.
Showed no battle last year, mate. Get your little thing ready. Now, what's that? I never get right with people that do when set pieces. Just poor, isn't it?
Are they actually time wasting now?
I'm going to quickly change his nappy, mate.
You know, mate. No.
And then get him ready, and then I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll tell you off one sec.
You'll hear me because I'm just literally sitting here, so I'll keep talking.
Oh dear.
How long is this? He ain't been there that long, that new manager, is he? For Man United.
Came in not this summer, last summer.
Yeah.
Second season for him.
No. Done quite a good job, to be fair, isn't he?
So far, yeah.
Sarah, you upstairs? Can you bring me some pajamas down for him?
Oh, catch the balls. God's sake, woman.
He's had a bit of a marriage shit, to be fair. At this precise moment in time, why would you take a draw?
at this moment in time with this team, yeah. Keeps us top. We'll be unbeaten as well, so yeah. We've still got to go round over Chelsea to play for the opening weekend.
When's that?
They haven't announced it yet.
Oh, that's in January, isn't it?
Oh no, when we played Chelsea it's in January, but I'm saying we've got to go in hand over Chelsea anyway.
Yeah.
But it's all be fantastic. There you go. Then does that. Okay, cool.
We haven't really caused them no issues, mate, whatsoever.
No,
Like, she hasn't made a save, has she?
don't think so. That's it, Rev. Getting away again. The Rev's touched that as well.
I think he's got to make a change, mate. Honestly, I really do. I wouldn't be messing around with this. Just for the fact that Man United wouldn't then know they've got to deal with something much different second half.
Oh, for God's sake. Is that it? That half time, is it?
Yeah, poor half, mate. That was a poor half, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Still on for 2-1, though.
Yeah, still for that, yeah.
I'll take that all day long at the moment.
The boy's not happy about this.
No, he's not happy, mate. He ain't happy. His record could be under
threat.
yeah. Mate, can you imagine? Man United done us in both our records, men and women.
Oh, mate, don't.
It's not a good fault.
No, not really.
Right, let's feed you.
Okay. Give me food. Where is it? You got her food.
Actually.
Yeah, make sure. Just
Yeah. I was thinking it should be all right, but you know what I mean?
it should be okay.
Which muslin there is? So yeah, mate. Oh, let me just get myself sorted.
Yeah, right. Oh dear, got an off.
Well, it's an interesting first half, wasn't it? If you're a Man United fan,
That's one way of putting it. Yeah.
I think they deserve to be ahead, mate. I know. It's pretty damning.
Yeah, but if it weren't for the Zinsberger constantly dropping the ball, and especially in that moment, not even catching onto it at all, it could be 0-0 still. We could be a different game.
You have to get in at half time, 0-0.
Oh no, but you know what I mean. I wouldn't mind. She has been solid for us. This is like not normal for her to be dropping the ball the way she has been.
No, because she's a good goalkeeper, isn't she, to be fair?
But it would do the counteract. It's not counteract it, but sort of add on to that. The outfield players aren't helping at all because they're doing nothing on the ball when they've got it.
No.
Especially in that final third, they're so easy to defend against.
We've got to give them something totally different, mate.
Yeah.
We have to show them something totally different because that you can't have that again, mate. That was an awful first half. What would be a touch if I can get Bobby fed and in bed before the second half starts?
No worries.
What's the odds on that? It's pretty long odds, mate. He's got a 6 ounce bottle.
I think there's more chance of that than England winning the World Cup, put it that way.
Mate, he's going to really piss me off in this World Cup. I know he is.
Yeah, starts on Monday. And then the worst one's going to be on the last 2 games of the group, Friday and the following Tuesday.
I'll tell you who has got to step up a little bit, I think. Maybe a controversial opinion, this. Phil Foden.
Yeah, for international-wise, he does fuck all for England. Pardon my friend.
No, exactly. And you see what he can do for Man City.
Yeah.
Well, I need to see that now. I don't see him as a youngster anymore, even though he should be regarded as a youngster. I don't see Saka as a youngster, even though he should be regarded as a youngster because of the experience they've had. And I think now is time for Phil Foden to kind of
step up.
Step up now because he plays. He does play quite a bit for England, don't he?
Yeah.
He's given the opportunities. He just hasn't really taken them. I'll be very surprised if we don't play Mason Mount because he loves Mason Mount.
Yeah.
I can see, right. This is what my personal opinion. I think not even he can be stupid enough to go 5 at the back on Monday, yeah?
You say this is a Southgate one about, but go on.
Yeah, but I'm liking to think after the Germany game that he's not going to be so stupid. So I think the back 4 he'll go Trippier. Oh, actually, he might have Cole Walker there, mightn't he? I personally would go. I think I'd play Trippier at the moment, just for the fact that he's got the free kick on him and he's playing well, isn't he? I would honestly. I think I'd play him, but he will probably go Cole Walker. Maguire, Stones definitely will go for, won't he? And Luke Shaw. He's going to go for that. You know it,
probably,
mate.
Probably Trippier at left back as well because of the experience that he has.
Yeah, Cole Walker right back, Trippier left back. You've got a good shout there. That is a good shout, to be fair. And then obviously midfield yet again. Who does he go for? Does he go for Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips as he's tried and trusted? I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he will. I don't think he'll play Bellingham.
No.
I think we'll see Bellingham come off as an impact player a lot. Then Mason Mount in front of them. And I think he'll go Phil Foden on the right, Sterling on the left, Kane up top. He won't drop Sterling.
No.
And yet again, Saka will be Saka will have to do what he did last time. Have to play his way into the tournament.
Yep. Sounds about right. Fucking Southgate as well, yeah.
And I don't expect no surprises, mate. I expect him to go Calvin Phillips. The Cole Walker Trippier one could be a good shout, to be fair. He could actually do that, mate. Do you know that? When you sit there and joke about it, he could actually do that.
Wouldn't surprise me. He wouldn't. That's the thing. This is a scary thing.
Pardon?
This is a scary thing in Southgate. It wouldn't surprise me if he did that. He doesn't.
Go on. What is your starting lineup? If you chose it, what would your starting lineup be?
Fucking T-Rex wouldn't be in goal for a start, put it that way. Put Ramsdale in, but call me biased, I don't care. He's the better of 3. And the younger, he's the younger of the 3 as well, so it makes sense to blood him in now, ready for the next World Cup. Otherwise, he's going to be in the position of likes of Pickford and Pope come the next World Cup when he's pushing his 30s and going into that one. So Ramsdale in goal, I would have Trippier at right back, and then as the same centre backs as you mentioned. Left back, no idea.
Got no one, have you? Yeah, you got Luke Shaw.
He hasn't taken left back, has he? fuck's sake.
He's basically took Kieran Trippier as a second choice right back in left back in it. Like it makes me think: is he going to play Trippier left back? Or with Ben White going?
He'll either play Trippier at left back or Saka at left back.
Mate, if he plays Saka at left back, mate, he's a fucking.
He's done it. He has done it as well.
He has done it, but Saka's not like, mate. Don't get me wrong, mate. It was a good position for Saka to kind of make his role in at Arsenal at times.
Recently, what was it? Not the after the season ended last season. Sorry, we had them 4 games in 10 days. We lost all 4.
Do you think he goes Luke Shaw though?
Yeah, if he's available, then I don't see why not. If he's our only natural left back.
Here's the question: who would you rather, Shaw or Chilwell? I think Chilwell's record stats are good.
I think I'd rather, if they're both available, Chilwell all day long. But it's what it is. Midfield.
Who would be your right back if everyone was fit?
What, based on form as well?
So if everyone was fit, like Reece James, everyone.
Oh, okay. Right. I know what I was going for. I don't know. It'll be split between Reece or Ben, as in Ben White, because he's played there this season.
Mm.
So there's an option there, but for that natural.
I think Reece James.
Yeah, Reece James. You could give the S to Reece James there, to be honest. Take the half on that.
I will controversially play both Reece James and Chilwell. I'll tell you why, mate, because they both can score goals as well.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing Chelsea do have when they're fit. Is good fullbacks. But we got good fullbacks
when they're fit, though.
Yeah, when they're fit, that's the problem. And Chilwell's been out for quite a while now, hasn't he? On quite a few occasions.
Yeah,
Big James. All right, centre mid.
Oh, Declan Rice is in there all day long. He'll be in there because he has that. Because he's got the unit size. He's a unit to get off the ball as well. Ball control. It could be the link between the defence and the attack and that side of things as well. So I'd have him. I'd personally have him, Declan, and then have Jude just ahead of him in the pivot. So then Jude can just link up between him and the attack.
Yep.
Like that, and just do what he does normally.
Well, I think, as you said, mate, with Jude Bellingham, mate, it's a bit like you said with Ramsdale, didn't you? Like, Bellingham, we need to be getting into the team, mate, because he needs to be able to get him in the team now, innit? Like, make him a big player, mate. Get him ready for, like, Euros. He's massive.
Yeah.
Before I go, would you take either or for Arsenal, Declan Rice, Bellingham?
Either one of them, yeah. 100%.
Would you expect it? I'll be expecting Arsenal to go for at least one of them this summer.
I'd expect Arsenal to go for the summer. By the way, we're going this season. I expect us to go for at least Jude. Because we've got Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham.
Yeah. Because again, he's young, he's athletic, he's got experience at high level as well, not just at the international stage. And he's already got it with Bundesliga. Hopefully, if we don't fall for Cliff, we'll be back in Champions League. So he's got the experience of Champions League as well. So it's not new to him either.
Yeah.
He's English. Builds up.
How much one day doolies do you reckon we got to pay?
What's that?
How much money do you reckon we got to pay for him?
Oh, fucking hell.
It's got to be over 100 million, isn't it?
It's got to be around that. It's got to be.
It's a worry of Man City coming in it for him, really.
That's where it's going to be like, are you going to put your career are you going to do what Jack's done, or what's his name, Kelvin Phillips and players like that got it. They're first team players and this, that, and the other. At a certain club, a big club like Man City come in and you've got the money and you put your career on hold for money, basically. Because Kelvin Phillips has played 30 minutes of football and apparently he's been injured ever since. Apparently he can't get in the team at all, not even at Carabao Cup level.
He's never going to get in that team.
No. Jack Grealish, look how long it's took. It's taken it. Even now, he's struggling to get into the team and cement himself a spot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, mate. Bellingham for me.
That's where Jude would have to decide, career-wise, would it be more benefit if, for example, if both Arsenal and Man City went in for him, where's he taking money out of the equation here? Where am I more likely to get more minutes on a regular basis?
He might look at the Arsenal model now and think, do you know what, Arteta's the right manager for me because let's be honest, yeah, right. He probably will. But if there's a manager out there, there's the right manager for him. It'd be Mikel Arteta, won't it?
Well, Pep might not even be there next season either because he's in the last year of his contract as we speak. So it's a bit of a: is he staying? Is he not?
Where's he going to go though? I don't.
PSG, but I don't know. Back to Barcelona for the Spain job.
Yeah.
Depends on his mindset and where he's at.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, Jude Bellingham, mate. I think it's a proper interesting one. I think
if we pulled that off and got him, it would be a cracking player for us.
That's why, mate. I'm not really worried about the number 8 role whatsoever at the moment because Xhaka's doing a good job. But I think as long as he hasn't moved, mate, we time it right to get him in.
Yeah.
I take Declan Rice as well, mate. But the thing is, he's not a priority, is he? The problem is though, with Partey, you can't trust him in terms of injuries. Like longer term, I'd like to see Declan Rice, but I don't see Declan Rice at Arsenal. I'm being totally honest, yeah.
No.
I don't see it. I don't see it. It reminds me of one of them who'll go Chelsea or somewhere like that. With his mate Mount. I like him though, and I think like leadership wise, mate, he's a proper captain, isn't
he? Yeah.
But ain't his contract running down? No, I know he's not in his last year, but ain't he in his second to last year?
I think so. Yeah, I believe so. I need to double check that, but I believe that's the case.
So they're not realistically, mate. They're not going to be able to get masses and masses of money out of him.
Yeah, no, not unless they get him to extend his. Not necessarily getting to extend his contract. So even then, that's a very hard thing to do now. Because he'll look at it and go, well, Harry Kane did that all them years ago. He's been tied down to this massive contract. He couldn't get a big cup game for him. In Man City, he couldn't go. Go on, pass it, man, and pass it. Or shoot.
Oh, yeah, yes! Sorry.
Lucky goal. At least he's awake this time.
That one. Great start to the second half.
That's more like it.
Boy.
First shot on goal, but it was a massive deflection. I say that. We've got to say there was a massive deflection that helped us there.
Mate, massive deflection. But do you know what? Do you know who gives the ball away? Nikita Paris.
Sounds about right. Did it for us all fucking year last year.
You don't shoot, you don't score. And that's quite a prime example. Remember that, boy?
No pressure, Bobby. No pressure.
Yeah, no. I think. The only thing I was thinking is, right, if he wanted to slightly change it, is that he could go like a free midfield, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Like Phillips, Rice, and Bellingham.
I think he'll do that against Wales. They'll save that. I think that's the sort of thing he'll do for more the teams that Wales or the latter stages of the competition when we're playing against the big guns.
Yeah.
With due respect.
I'm not going to put the striker up there. We don't need to select the striker. I've made that into the rules of this one. So you don't need to pick the striker. But the three behind the striker.
We don't need Kate. We don't need Kate. Game the day off today. But it's a World Cup final. Oh, well.
Oh shit.
What are you doing? Wake up, girls. Wake up. Please wake up.
The three behind the striker.
Yeah, Vidri, a bit fortunate, but we'll take it. Gets us back in it, and now they can't sit back and defend what they've got, what they had. Back to where we were, but we need to get ahead of our backsides to our overall performance there. I've got to say, we talked about the World Cup before. I didn't get onto it saying it, but what did you make of this sudden U-turn yesterday on the drink side of things in the stadium? That suddenly, out of nowhere, no, not the stadium, and Budweiser came.
Why is it taken till now? Like it's their rules, mate. We've got to abide by what they want.
Oh no, that side,
But
why
is that
not way life? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Why wait till now? Let's just say,
Exactly.
they've all this aggro. Because then Budweiser put a tweet going, "Well, this is awkward." Deleted it. Did another tweet today with a photo of all the beer they had ready to go, and he said, "Whatever country wins the World Cup, we're going to send this to that country."
It's a joke, mate. That it's taken 2 days for. But as I said, everything about it's controversial. Like it's their country, so they can decide. I'm pretty much with that. But to decide it 2 days for a World Cup, got to be looking at FIFA again, don't you? Like, how's this happened? How we got into a situation that's been announced 2 days in the World Cup when you've got a sponsorship with Budweiser? Like, it's embarrassing, isn't it? It's got to be embarrassing for Budweiser. It's got to be embarrassing for FIFA.
They put tweet, as I say, Budweiser put a tweet out today with a photo of the warehouse of all their beer they had ready to have out over there. And it's now just to sit there. So they've said basically, whoever wins the World Cup, country-wise, we're going to send this to yourself, to your team and your fans to drink it and celebrate for free. Because it's been grateful, basically, but we can't use it. It's what it is. But other questions.
It's a joke, isn't it? I think there's a lot of crap going on in the background, mate, with this. I think with their government and everything, I think there's a lot of rubbish going on. Like what you said earlier on as well. I just think it's going to be full of controversy. It's going to be controversial all the way through.
Well, that was another thing. But I just remembered, but there's a flash of it now in my head. One sec. Go on, Stina.
Go on.
Okay.
The passing is shocking, isn't it?
There's one thing that Stina down is literally a passing to someone. Well, it's a key in a football game, but still. No, basically, when they're doing all this bidding and all that, they gave over paperwork stating the temperatures of the summer, what our summer would be, like not what back in June and all that, what it'd be. It's no different to what it is now over there. So there's no need to move it. Yeah. And then suddenly, oh no, it's gonna be like 50 degrees.
It's
live.
It's like who really want to go out there anyway to watch it. I know it sounds quite bad me saying that, but
I've not seen many people again in terms of actual the news and all that. Normally, World Cups, you're seeing the media, the news outlets are there at airports, up and down the country, watching fans and interviewing fans as they're about to go on their planes to the said country of who's hosting the World Cup. I'm not seeing that at all.
Nah.
It's
going to be weird, mate. I think it's going to be. I think Monday's going to be weird, mate. Like the atmosphere in the stadium and all that.
Nothing to do with the fact that per person, for an English person from England to Doha, for example, it's £3,000 a ticket. Go on.
Oh, much more direct second half, though, aren't we?
More aggressive now, yeah. Way more aggressive.
Should have done better there. Do you know what the capacities are out there?
What, for the stadium? The stadiums they've built, I think for the final itself is I think it's a 90,000 capacity stadium they've built for the final. But the range is between that and around 40 or 40, 45. I think the least.
Yeah. They've got 8 stadiums, ain't they?
Yeah. 8 stadiums. One of them's been built around container things. What do you call them? The metal containers that we obviously we know that are used to bloody moving stuff, out of the country and all that. They've used them, and basically when this all ends, they're going to dismantle that stadium and use them as a safe housing or whatever. Oh, Skinner's been booked.
Mate, see that tackle on her?
Yeah.
Firm but fair, mate, in my eyes.
For Arsenal, it was managed by a slight deflection of a shot from about 20 yards out. That started second.
She won the ball, though, didn't she?
Fair game. She went for the ball. She won the ball. Behave yourself. If that's the other way around, it'd be no problem. She gets up as well. Holds her ankle for 2 seconds and gets up. Look. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm okay now.
You're not liking it up now, are they?
You need to keep the run going. Go on, Beth. Go on, Beth.
She'd blown up anyway.
Didn't hear it. Soft. Bobby's awake again.
He is. That's why I thought I ain't taking
it.
He's well awake, so I thought I'd leave him up for a little bit. He done his old bottle, though, didn't you, boy?
Yeah.
Sarah. He done his old bottle. 2 in a row. Go on.
Go on.
Oh, it's just a little bit heavy, that pass.
Support her. Someone.
Fucking hell, mate. Oh, that's a shit ball. They're there for the taking at the moment, mate. Do you know that? I feel honestly think they're there for the taking.
Oh, here she comes. Come on, get her on. Let's kill this game now. Go on. Get to it, Stina. Hold it up at least. Well done. And again. Oh, what a ball. Go on.
Good tackle, that.
Unlucky. What's that? It's a washing machine. I apologise. Come to do its cycle. Hopefully.
I managed to squeeze in the Wolves game, most of the Wolves game last week.
Oh, okay.
What?
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I thought we'd done all right, mate. Like,
was it? Because it says in the game where they're so nervous.
Yeah, I thought, like, obviously when the Shaka went off injured, that was a bit of a blow for us, weren't it? And a bit of a different kind of player coming on in Fiera, but he set the first goal up, mate. And I thought second half, mate, we deserved the win. Yeah, good to see Odegaard get a couple of goals. I think if we're gonna do really well this year, we're gonna need Odegaard to step up in games. And I think in away games, mate, he stepped up with a few goals, didn't he? Which is good. Yeah. But still, Jesus, we're still waiting for them goals. But hopefully they'll come Boxing Day, mate.
Go on.
But you can't complain. Like 1-0 at Chelsea, 2-0 at Wolves, mate. I'd have snapped your hand off. You told me I just can't believe that we're sitting 5 points clear of Man City. If you said to me before last 2 games that would be 5 points clear of Man City, I'd have laughed at you.
Well, I've been saying it all season on the podcast side of things on this channel. I've been saying if someone had come, especially the last one, after the Wolves game, if someone had gone to you and said, Ryan, between now start of the season and the World Cup game, after that 4-time whistle goes at Wolves, you'll be 5 points clear at the top of the table, ahead of City. Sorry, I would have fucking laughed in your face, sent you to the loony bin because there's no feasible way of us being seen as that. What's that? Another deflection.
No, definitely. I'll tell you what the interesting thing is. They got Leeds first game at Eden Road, didn't they? Mate, straight after Christmas, mate. That is not a game you want, mate.
That's not a game you want when you've got a team that's fighting as well.
All right. We see how tough they were.
There she is. There's Viv.
Yeah, she had it come on now, mate, didn't she? But yeah, everyone's sitting there thinking, yeah, nice 5 point gap, mate. I think, you know what? I think that Leeds game is going to be really tough for them. First game back. Most of them players have a bit of a culture shock, won't they? Being out in the World Cup and all that as well. And Leeds will probably won't have as many. They'll probably be prepared for that game. So I don't think West Ham's going to be easy either, though. I think if we played West Ham after these 2 games, straight after, I think, do you know what? We'd easily dismiss them. But first game back is always going to be a bit tricky, isn't it?
It's going to be interesting with the fact it's said first game back. From an Arsenal perspective, it's going to be interesting because it depends on how. I think where we go is because of flaming injuries. How far certain players go for us? If the majority of these players have gone out, like Tomiyasu, Xhaka, Partey, and even Brazil, even come home early, I don't think it'd be a problem. It's if we get the bulk of our players going deep in this tournament, that's when it might be a problem for us. Because
what we need is Ghana to go out straight away.
Yeah,
mate. Thomas Partey is the key for me. If Partey gets injured, mate, it's a totally different ball game for us.
Yeah,
and that's my concern. But we have to do something in January with that. We have to. But if Partey stays fit, if we've got Partey, as long as we come back with a Partey, a Xhaka, and Saliba, then I'm pretty comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, what the channel's called last night? And there was basically going through all the Premier League teams. Who's the Ben? I think Brentford are losing. They've got 3 players going. Their spots. They're the least affected. And things like that. I think the most affected team is Man United. Then you got Chelsea, and then you got City, ourselves, and the Newcastles and all that, with a few players here and there. But
it'd be nice if we can get out the games after Manchester United at home. We're still top of that point.
Yeah.
Then we've done really well. We've done really well because by that point, we'd have already played Tottenham twice, so that's the North London derby out of the way. Do you know what I mean? Played Manchester United twice. We played Chelsea away already. Do you know what I mean? And I look at the games then, and I look at 3 games that are potentially really hard away from home, and that's Newcastle, Man City, and Liverpool. Yeah, they're going to be the 3. We're going to have to get some. We're going to have to get 3 or 4 points out of them games. Like Man City, we just need to beat them at home. If we beat Man City at home.
Yeah. As it stands, all we have to do is win 1 or 2 and keep unbeaten. Yeah,
exactly. It's even. It's even. If we win the home game, they win that. If they won the away game, then we're even, aren't we? But we're gonna. I think I was sitting there thinking about it today. We're gonna need to do something big, like we did against Chelsea again, at least once, if not twice.
I said this during the last podcast I did on the channel. I said, come in terms because people are asking now, do you believe we'll win the league? I think we can win the league because obviously we're in that conversation. But do you want me to believe we're going to come back to me at full time after Man United at home at the end of January? If we're still top by 5 or even 2 points, but we're still top, I'll start saying them words of we're going to do this.
Yeah.
Because then you've got to think then how many games are left. Then, as you say, got United and Tottenham will be out their way completely. Half the job's done on Chelsea and Newcastle already by then. All we've got to do is play Man City twice, home and away, and we've got. I think we seem to have their number now. Touch wood. Liverpool don't seem to be a problem, but it could be. And the time we played Liverpool as well at Anfield later in the season, their season could be done and dusted by then. They might not have anything to fight for anyway by then.
Do you know what's interesting, mate, as well? That game that Man City lost to Brentford, yeah, like Man City needed a game straight after that, and they haven't, and that's not good for them, mate, because now all their players will forget about that going to a World Cup. Mate. Like usually, Man City after that Brentford game, if you was playing Man City after that game, mate, you might as well just take the loss in it because they're gonna come out and spank you. But the problem is now they lost that game and got into a month and a half break. And this is why I think when they go to Leeds, mate, I don't think that's an easy game whatsoever. I think Leeds can get a draw there.
Yeah.
Like we struggled against them, mate, like massively. Like, do you know what I mean? We was well lucky to get away with 3 points there. And if they don't get 3 points there, mate, that shows you how great a result that was getting the 3 points there. Like Brentford, everyone dismissed Brentford. Do you know what I mean? But
Brentford got beat Man City at City.
Exactly, mate. Going to Brentford, going to Palace, mate, going to Crystal Palace and winning was a great result. Like, do you know what I mean?
From day one, every result, every question that's been asked us, and literally the fixture release onwards, has been answered so far by this team. Apart from obviously Man United away because we switched off those couple of minutes. But apart from
Brighton one's going to be the hardest one, I think.
We didn't deserve to lose that game. We just 2 minutes of switched off, and that was it.
The Brighton one's going to be the one where we.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, again, if we can get 3 points out of Brighton, mate, then do you know what? That'd be great. That'd be great. But look at Brighton, mate. They lost to Aston Villa at home, and you think, like, yeah, they beat us in the League Cup, mate, but we put out not a strange team, but
we'll put a far stronger team.
Yeah, exactly.
In the league game on New Year's Eve. Trust me.
But like you look at them lose to Aston Villa, mate, and you sit there and think, do you know what? Like that's a game that we need to be getting the 3 points from. I'll tell you the other game that's going to be a bit of an interesting one now. Aston Villa away.
When do we play them away though? That's like the back end of the season, isn't it?
He'll still be well up for that, Emre, won't he?
Well, hopefully we've got something to fight for to either cement top two or
exactly.
One. Hopefully we have something to fight for.
I don't get me wrong, we should do them, mate, but
he might be up for it, but he ain't got the players like he did at Villarreal. That sort of hunger and determination.
Yeah, I was having this other conversation about the Europa League, and I don't believe that we can compete for both the title or the Europa League.
Long term, of course, the season. The longer this goes in terms of domestically, in terms of us going for the league or being this title race, there's more chance. There's going to be a very high chance that he's going to sacrifice and being off the Europa League run to help us keep our players fit. No matter what we do in January, just keep things ticking over.
What do you think for this in terms of signings that we can do in January? Do you think we can get 2 in?
At least 2, I think. Yeah, at the very least, we think.
We thought that last year, didn't we?
The Brazilian lad we're linked to, Danilo. I can't remember. He's linked with him. He's apparently a younger mould of what we're trying to, what we've got in party base, or potentially. Obviously, he's still a kid, obviously. And obviously that Murdoch lad from Ukraine. I'd get them 2 in and then for a third, go and get a third in. But the third one has to be an experienced player.
Where does the third one role lie?
I don't know, either midfield or striker.
See, I don't see us buying a striker whatsoever.
I'm saying either. That's what I'm saying. Either. Yeah.
I think we're going to wait for the striker, aren't we? We're going to get. It's going to be like Jesus. We're going to wait to get the right guy in, and rightly so. I still think if we get that Murdoch in, mate, I honestly, my personal opinion is if we had an injury then, I'd be looking at Martinelli starting up front.
Yeah.
And that's harsh to Eddie Nketiah, but I just think over a course, and what Martinelli can do, and he can play on the flank as well. I just think he'd be a better. I think he'd be a better longer term solution, and I think that's where his longer term plan should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the striker. I think we'll wait to get the right person, but even maybe a left-sided centre back could be another option.
Yeah. This don't look good.
No, that don't look good whatsoever, mate.
Back to the ref didn't give nothing, by the way, in terms of the free kick.
Right, I'm going to try and put him to bed quickly, mate.
You know, as mate. See you so. See you, Bobby.
See you later, mate. He'll probably be back down in about 5 minutes.
It's like, what are you doing? Come on, defend.
What makes me sad?
Get up. Or not. Let's waste time now, yeah. Oh, dear. Good to see everyone's behaving themselves, in the new faces, all behaving. That's all good. That we all keeping well. Oh dear. So yeah, I did ask. Did Rangers play today or they're playing tomorrow? Well, it's a big game either way. There's some improvement at least in the stats. It's been adjusting. I thought they were playing this weekend. Okay. I thought there was SPO this weekend. Because Scotland get qualifying, I think. So I don't know. Here comes the sub. Leo Galton is going off, and Lucia Garcia is on for United. Oh dear. You know, I'll check a few things mine before I get chatting to you. Guys. Going sort of petered out all of a sudden. It's not looking good. Oh, something like this. Defend. I might come up and like it now. Defend. Well done, go on, get rid of it. Haven't seen one St. George for the World Cup. I've got mine, but I'm not putting up yet. I'll be honest. I've not seen them on the cars, like the car flag bits or like that. I haven't seen any of them. One sec. Get back to that in a second. Vivian, go on. Take it on. Oh, you big. Way too hesitant there. Yeah. Going in. Oh, what a goal! What a goal, Arsenal! Get in there, Victoria Vajtva with the winner. Hopefully, get in there. Come on. One sec, man. One sec. She's a right back and she was there. She's hitting the volley.
Yeah, anyone can hit a volley in that league. Goalkeeper can hit a volley.
Okay, if you say so. Come on. Be right back to Stefanople from my friend. Ridgey's back says get in. Yes, 2-1.
Yannick Balassi, Wilfred Dart ran around rings around.
Yes, but no, we're not going to go there, Brendan, again with this conversation.
This Yang for me.
Yeah, but for everyone, knock yourself out. I'll be finishing dinner when I get off this. Lee's missing it all, by the way. This is put the little one to bed and it's all gone. Much better now, much better.
Oh yeah! How did I miss that one? Who scored?
Right back, Vajtva.
Get in there.
26
Back of the net.
on the volley as well.
Just got to keep my ears open just in case he cries.
Yeah, on the volley as well. You'll see it was a bang of a goal.
Is that the Brazilian girl?
No. She's Austrian. The Brazilian was still out.
Oh, yeah. This is where we can start picking them off now, isn't it?
I keep taking Beth Mead's down again. I keep fucking taking Beth Mead out. I don't want to be beating Beth on Monday on crutches, for fuck's sake.
Absolutely not.
Oh dear. That's good. I love this. Everyone knows, Liam. Everyone knows. Don't scare him.
That's why he's got a bed, mate.
Oh dear.
Oh, there's that bit of cat fight here. Boy. Leave him alone.
One fun, interesting fact.
About what? World Cup, this what?
World Cup / Euros.
Go on.
Since 2008, when David Silva was top goal scorer in 2008 for Euros.
Okay, yeah.
2010, they win the World Cup.
Right.
2012,
Here we go. And that's coming.
Mario Gomez, top goal scorer.
Win the World Cup in Germany 2 years later, yeah.
2014. 2016, Anton Griezmann.
Top goals from Euros, yeah.
And was top goal, and then won World Cup in 2018.
Right. Who's top goal scorer for England?
No, 2020
Not for World Cup, sorry.
in Euros, the top goal scorer was Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, so you think Portugal going to win the World Cup? Okay. I thought the way he was
Well, no, I want Argentina to win, but here's what it is.
Oh. I thought the way you was going, you were going to say Harry Kane and things, or something like Sterling or whatever.
What was Cristiano Ronaldo top goal scorer in Euro 2020?
Yeah.
Well, 21 what it was in the end, wasn't it? But,
21.
that's interesting.
Just 2020, but yeah.
Ronaldo's going to be a free agent.
How many goals did he score then?
No, he was top goal scorer.
It must have been close then. Sterling scored 2 or 3. Kane scored a couple of 3 or 4.
Oh, big result this would be, mate.
Well, this would be huge. There'll be a 6-point gap between us now if we hold this out. Between us, these two.
This is a good test of character, mate, after the first half.
Things making a noise. It's bugging me. I don't even hear it.
What's doing that?
Your dad?
What have you turned on?
Ain't on anything.
What's making that noise?
That's the air freshener. Behind Mum's photo.
We'll turn it off then. Give me strength. Kelly plays for City. Mead's playing. Mead is playing. Yeah, because Kim's asked about Mead and all that. Yeah, Beth Mead plays for us. Ella Toon plays for United. And Chloe Kelly plays for City. City won earlier on. 2-1 against Everton.
Oh, yeah, see how many shots they had, Man City? About 25 shots.
I mean, it is Everton, but yeah.
Did you watch it?
The second half I watched, yeah.
I did you see it? Well, did you see it right at the end?
It was like a complete onslaught, basically, of City. It's just attack, and the odd counter-attack from Everton.
We need to beat Chelsea this year, don't we? Oi! Stop it! There you go, Ruck.
The cats are kicking off, are they? So I've got one here, the other one's disappeared somewhere.
Oh, that was vicious, that was. I'm a bit worried, Sarah. Wait a minute, one sec, mate.
Who told means Chloe Kelly. Chloe Kelly, the girl that won the Euros for England, got the winning goal. Oh, you look like that, Nikita. Smile, Nikita.
I need my torch. See what they've done. Sorry, mate.
All right, mate. Yeah, I also can't take all the credit for the Euros. Oh,
Mate, I can see it. I know it's there.
That's a bit of guns.
It was your cat bullying my cat.
No, it won't.
oh, for God's
Sort him out. Cats can't get COVID.
Famous last words that will be.
They're the ones that could go out, weren't they, in the pandemic? Well, you couldn't.
Yeah. They can socialise still.
Oh, yeah, they bloody did.
Oh, dear.
They'd be actually well behaved. Since he's went missing, they've been all well behaved.
Has he tried to get out again, though?
Yeah, he got himself locked in another in our garage the other day, an idiot. You can't make it up, mate, can you?
Ronaldo's getting sacked. Right.
Well, it's all but confirmed, but yeah. They're going down the legal route. When a club goes down the legal route and calls the club lawyers, it's more
There you
like
go. Arsenal goes straight in for him after what he said in the recent thing.
You do realise Arsenal aren't run by Piers Morgan.
No, but
I'm just saying because I know he wants that to happen.
I think most people would want to see that happen if they're Arsenal fans.
Sarah, your cat wants to get out. Should let him out.
Oh, let's get this
He's a
done.
weirdo, he is. What are you doing?
Go on.
Go on. Oh, piss off. She fell over herself, didn't she?
Claiming offside. That way onside, but okay. This is a replace.
Interesting. I can't believe I missed a goal.
Stefan's asking, why did Ronaldo go to an Arsenal fan for an interview? As he said, because he likes him, and he knows Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
Morgan, you're going to get the numbers, the eyes, and everyone watching. Let's be honest.
Yeah, just with Piers Morgan and Ronaldo, it just makes sense, don't it? I don't think there's nothing else to read into it.
No.
I do not see Ronaldo at Arsenal whatsoever. Interestingly, though, when he said he wanted Arsenal to win the Premier League, I thought that was quite controversial. And then he had to backtrack, didn't he, and go, actually, after Man United.
Well, after Man United, if Man United can't win it, then I want Arsenal to win it.
Yeah, but he don't mean that. There's no way that he wants Ten Hag to win that Premier League.
No.
I thought that was quite interesting because he kind of backtracked, didn't he, after you first said it?
Even Piers was like, really? Even Piers Morgan was like, are you sure about that?
He's probably snipping one more Premier League medal, isn't he?
Yeah. If I kiss their ass, they might give me a 6-month contract.
Would you take on a 6-month contract?
I honestly don't know because,
mate, I wouldn't. But then you sit there, and you think, do you know what? On a 6-month contract, and he'd be gone after 6 months.
Yeah,
he could potentially see you through, couldn't he?
He's got the experience. That's the thing. He's got the experience head, hasn't he? He's been there, done that. He's got the know-how to help get teams through that moment. It's just he's Man United, isn't he? He's tainted with that Man United.
Yeah, mate. He's part of the clan that obviously ruined our invincible record.
Yeah, exactly.
Kicked off with all Martin Keown and all that. After I just think of that, mate, and I think no.
Just think, a few months later, we got our own back in the FA Cup final. What a goal, 2-2.
Do you know what? I knew they were going to score, mate, when that free kick got given. A fucking awful free kick to be given.
We're still ahead of them anyway, so they need to beat us. So
yeah, but this is not how it should have ended.
5 minutes to go plus injury time. Fantastic,
mate. I reckon.
What's the goalkeeper doing? What's Innsberger doing? It's straight down our throat.
It's a great header, though, isn't it?
It's a good header. Don't get me wrong. It's a good header, but it's not like it's a bullet, and it's like, oh, she's mistimed her jump or whatever. She's just completely gone.
Mate, they just got on the wrong side. Oh, fucking shocking that is. Look at him.
Mate, you're outnumbered. Shut up. Yeah, 2-2 mini Turner. That is it. Got the goal. For fuck's sake.
Well, I was nearly close on my prediction.
Better than me, anyway.
Oh, it's kicking off.
Oh, go on.
Cats are rocking again. A disappointing result, this. After getting it back from 1-0 down.
Yeah.
We need to be winning these games, mate. End of, do you know what I mean?
Oh, fuck off, ref. You don't know what you're doing. Behave yourselves. It's one of those ones where it actually rolls up her fucking body. She can't move her arm. So, back off. Oh, look what you're aiming at.
It's a bit of a flop of a scoreline.
For God's sake.
Oh God, look! It was just the way that free kick was given as well, mate. Like
Hmm.
so unnecessary.
Catch it. Okay, hell, yes, I did.
Come on, why are you looking for it then? 3 minutes ago, mate. You're at home, or 2 minutes. I don't think we played well, mate, whatsoever today.
Oh, go on. Open
go
us
on.
up. Space now.
Oh, mate, was that the right? It was the right ball, but
No one's attacking it. Why is Salinas standing there?
oh, mate, the pace on the ball weren't right. See it just bobbled, did it to her.
Keep your foot on the ball, girls. Come on.
It's just a shit fucking score, really, isn't it? Can see.
Defend. You know, get towards the person with the ball.
Oh fuck! Shit, mate. She saved us there.
Fuck's sake.
Fucking hell, mate. Honestly, that could have been game, set, match.
Yeah.
I don't think,
Any chance we can go and get Bobby again?
Yeah, it's a bit of an issue, isn't it? But absolutely not, mate.
I think I'm going to get 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, mate, no.
Fuck, so can we wake up?
Mate, we've been pretty poor.
But with the 2-1, we're controlling this, and suddenly 7 minutes.
Well, that's good news for us.
Well, we only got an edit our backside it is. But 2-1 up, we're in control. We're seeing the game out, and then 2-all give them confidence again.
Oh, yeah.
Say, like, defend this. Please defend this. Oh, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. 2 players I mentioned tonight. And now the title match is wide open. We've got 6.5 minutes to get back into it. Get a
We
feel
ain't doing
of
nothing, mate.
Mate, everyone's going to come flying in as well.
Mate, it was coming, mate. They had 2 all shots already. We've just been, we've been bullied in the air today, mate. We've been absolutely bullied.
Literally, as soon as he went 2-all, they've grown into back into this game again.
Bullied by set pieces.
Pardon me. Nikita's gone round the pitch. Of course he has. Fantastic. Yes, it is. Titles are winning May, but it doesn't let me lose to rivals at home in November. He ain't got to play the defending champions, the main rivals, until fucking January.
I don't know what to say, mate, to be honest, yeah. This is shit, isn't it?
Yep. Three till down, we're going backwards. Fantastic. No, let's not try and get the guys going. Try and build up play.
What is that?
Yeah, waste time. Okay, I'll waste some time. Sake. Where was the fucking support there? Biff! Run by the neck! Or not. Oh, got a pitch surveyor about there in the pitch. Couple.
Fucking shocking.
No, we're losing. We're losing. And he's bringing on Jen Beatty.
Fucking shocking, mate. Fucking shit.
Good fucking protesters, like fucking Greenpeace. Yeah. Yeah, takes off an attack and take the ball, put the defender on. Yeah, like we're protecting the fucking defeat. Okay, cool.
It's just shit, isn't it? Right, honestly, it's just shit.
Yeah. Oh, you give it there because it's there, of course. Come on, Jen. Fucking, you're just in the game.
We've been bullied, mate. Do you know that?
Ref again. Does one thing in the game, gets player of the match, of course. Scores a winning goal potentially. There you go. You done nothing else all match. There you go.
Apparently, it was kids that run on the pitch.
Okay.
Who's on the floor?
Beth got smacked out.
She was off, mate. I didn't realise she was still on.
Yeah. Got completely swiped out. Got a throw in instead. I got a free kick for a completely different thing. Of course she will.
Now or never. You know what my mind from this reminds me of Mesut Ozil.
Oh,
Will
God.
be.
Same area, yeah.
And it was 97th minute, weren't it? Wasn't it 97th or was that 94th?
Roundabout, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, control it.
Mate, we've literally been bullied, mate. Fucking yeah. Just by set pieces, it pisses me off. What are you doing? Oh, well played. There's got to be at least another minute.
Because of the stoppage, the mess about with the bloody...
We ain't doing nothing, mate.
It's got to be at least another minute at least.
Mate, she must be in a bad way, mate. Get a corner out of that.
We've got smacked in the head, haven't we? You smacked in the head all night, getting thrown all over the place.
Mate, they wanted it more. I really hate that. I really hate to say it, mate, but they wanted it more.
The ref's given Beth no protection tonight, and that's the reason why the pitch what she is.
Go on.
Go.
What are you doing?
Standing there for.
Mate, they have not wanted it as much.
We're just standing and hope for the best. Who are?
Oh, mate.
Like the fucking legs.
That's it, mate. I'm afraid. Mate, look. What is that? We've been shocking, mate, honestly.
Back into the corner. Well done. Just let them run into the corner. That's brilliant.
Oh.
Amazing as that's a foul, apparently. Yeah. That's given for a foul. So that's given, but Beth Mead, no protection all night, gets absolutely battered within an inch of her life. But that's okay. Oh, the Irish players took out the English player. How dare you book him? Piss poor refereeing as well today. No idea, Stefan. We're assuming it's got to be done by now. He's made another. What's he making a sub now for? A kid as well, under 17. Not me. The guy ain't got a clue. He ain't got a clue. Beth Mead. Oh, he took Beth Mead off eventually because he can't come back on. What was... There you go, full time. The key to celebrating actually will contribute to the game. Who's that? There's the other one. Oh dear hell. Oh dear. Finish doing in a sec, alright? Get something going out in a sec.
I've got my second.
Them bastards love ending our records, don't they?
Do this season anyway, fuck's sake. It's just piss poor. Piss poor performance from us, like overall piss poor performance. Slightly better. We got better in the second. We were better in the second half we were in the first, don't get me wrong. But what doesn't help when you've got a referee that's allowed Beth Mead to be absolutely obliterated the entire time, need in her face, 3 times need in her face, thrown to the pit, on her all over the pits, literally beaten, left, right, and centre. Look, the girl's crying. They've done something to her that she's in agony. But the ref done nothing all night to protect her.
Are they not shown the foul?
No.
Funny that.
But literally, as I say, while she was getting treatment for whatever they'd done there, all night, as I say, got no protection for her. Target. Clean day. She was getting targeted. Ref done nothing. At the end of the game, we're 3-2 down. Out of frustration, McCabe's done what she's done to Ella Toon. How dare you book him? It's ridiculous. And people say they don't. I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. Just to be, if you could be a shit ref, be a shit ref for both teams, not just pick one side and be happy with it. It happened last season quite a few times now. And now we've lost the first game of the season in the league. And we've still got to play Chelsea. Woohoo. We lost one game last season, look what happened.
I think the first half was the problem, wasn't it? Like, I know. The first half was shocking. We was lucky to get back there. I haven't seen the other goal when we went 2-1 up, but you're sitting at 2-1 with 5 minutes to go, man. You're thinking, yeah, this is job done.
Yeah.
To lose this game 3-2, mate, it's inexcusable. Absolutely.
No, exactly. 2-1, we're doing our thing, going for the motions. Game's been seen at the way it was meant to be.
I just think they wanted it more, mate. Honestly, I think they wanted it more.
As you said, that free kick got given. The second they went 2-2, they found another level again. They upped their levels again.
Yeah. They've just done some set pieces, basically. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ref was shit. Rep was shocking.
Yeah. Even Richie in the chat's agreeing with that. He's saying ref was a disgrace, to be fair. No, that's okay. Sound like a broken record, but the fact that she's in tears for that last challenge says something's not right. No crowd was given, by the way, on that. All night, Skinner made his players target her, left, be it kneeing her in the head or whatever, giving her a good hiding, basically. She's got to have a good few bruises, basically, put it this way. And the ref, not one booking on a player that fouled her. Not one. But the second Kate McCabe comes together at Ella Toon. Oh, that's it. I'm doing my job now. There's your card.
No, that was him meowing. Sorry, mate.
But yeah, look, it is what it is. We've got dust ourselves down and go again for Thursday. It's Wednesday or Thursday. We play Juventus in the Champions League. So we've got another game to cover before the weekend. Other than that, it's World Cup now, everyone, in terms of England on Monday.
Yeah.
And then, we'll go from there. We're not doing, obviously, definitely not doing tomorrow. No. I'd rather watch paint dry. But yeah, it is what it is.
I will try and jump on at some point if I possibly can.
Yeah, no worries, mate. That's cool.
The chances are very small at the moment. Running 4 teams and looking after a baby is going to be very hard work.
and looking after everyone, don't miss her out.
Yeah, it's going to be hard work, mate.
No worries, mate. We're top 1 goal difference now, but it's a principle behind it. But anyway,
yeah, it's a bad defeat, mate. And in the day, it's a bad defeat, mate. That's all I can say about that one.
Predictions for the Iran game, which
3-0.
4-0. Yeah.
Should be a walk in the park, really, shouldn't it?
Yeah, Stefan, it's not about having players. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But you should have players. We've got players. That's the thing. We've got the players, but we need certain players are being targeted, and the refs are allowing it to constantly non-stop for 90 minutes to a point now if she's injured, and that's why she's upset, or she's really, really hurt, and that's why she's upset. We're getting smacked to the head 3 times with a players' knees and players are getting away with it. To be thrown left, right, and up in the air, off the pitch, here, there, and everywhere. There's only so much you can do as a team, teammates and all that. If the ref can't do her job or won't do her job to help protect the players, in this instance, but then it's breaking the neck to book our players to protect the United players for minimal things, by the way, compared. What can we do? What can the play? What in terms of when I say what can you do? What can the players do in that instance?
Yeah.
Aside from complaining, what else can they do? They're giving it out back and they're getting booked for it. So Kate McCabe literally gave it back and was getting booked. Manham got booked, I believe. Most of our players, they gave it back. They were getting booked straight from the off. And then they're counteracting by giving it back to us and getting away with it. And targeting Beth. No, there's no protection. It's like the men's level. You want your players to get protected properly and the ref do their job. And the ref didn't do her job tonight.
Shocking.
Vidri's going for a 6-0 England win against Iran.
Be nice.
I'll take it.
It would be good to get a big win. Like people scoring goals, you know what I mean?
Get us off and running, yeah. But apart from that, got about things up now because I've got dinner to sort out. I know he's got to sort himself out and help cook, knock some up for the other half as well because she can't touch nothing. And get an early night as well.
Yeah.
Oh dear, but just disappointed as a result was in the end, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed us. I say the trio, for the majority of it anyway. Myself, Liam, and Bobby, and what we brought to the table today in terms of the discussion about the World Cup, the game in general as well. As I say, we'll be back on Monday, hopefully for the Iran game. I'm then hopefully if we don't get cancelled because of this bullshit. If she's injured and she has to cancel on Monday, I'll be pissed off. Hopefully seeing Beth on Monday. Touch wood. Now. So yeah, doing a show Monday afternoon, hopefully for the England game. Then an Arsenal Champions League game for the women on Wednesday or Thursday. You double check that in a bit. And then the big one that Liam and Gary have built up for the last 12 months. England versus the USA on Friday night. We're all going to be here. We're going to get it and make a big song and dance about it. Only if it would be a dull 0-0.
Listen, yeah, right. Oh, Gary, he may not be watching at the moment, but if he is watching, I hope you've got your Kleenex ready, mate. I hope you've got it ready because you're going to need it after Friday night when you're crying into whatever you're eating when the England spank the old Americans. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh dear.
I'm not going away.
So he says that now.
This has been building up for months.
As I said, 12 months at least since the draw was made.
This has been building up. See you very, very soon, Gazza. But worry about the Welsh first.
Oh dear. But until then, guys, we're going to love you and leave you. I'll see you on Monday. Until then, as always, take care of yourselves. And as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.